electricity flicked off all over the world.
Cheese! Everyone has a story with the Beatles. I've just told you mine. 90s Mexican girl growing up with a dad loving the Beatles. What's your story with the Beatles?
I really heard of them first through John Lennon. My mum's favourite song is Imagine. And so I heard it when I was younger, and she kind of told me who John Lennon was, and then kind of learned about the Beatles, and then but I didn't listen to them enough is what I realised when I got this job. Is that I really feel ashamed that I hadn't listened to them as much as I should have by the time I got the role, but now I've listened to them a lot and they're amazing.
Mine was my dad as well, because he would make all these cassette tapes for my mum. It's kind of amazing, all these, like, we had like stacks of them with like mixtapes, and the Beatles were on it a lot, and so he kind of introduced me to Beatles. Then I had a boyfriend later in life when I was at drama school. He was from Liverpool, and he was obsessed with the Beatles. We listened to While My Guitar Gently Weeps a lot. And there was like, just like he'd scribbled stuff over his like walls and stuff. Like,
oh, I believe in yesterday.
When did you write that?
I didn't write it. Paul McCartney wrote it. The Beatles.
Who?
John, Paul, George and Ringo, the Beatles.
While watching this film, I got a lot of questions about, you know, how they got to the fame and their road to fame. Did you get any questions as well while you were watching this film on like how their journey was to become who they were?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely kind of explored it, their history, and kind of how they kind of got to be who they were, you know. And I think it just comes from the fact that they just really loved making music together. It was about the four of them, you know. As much as they've all had successful solo careers afterwards, what they did is what began everything and what shaped them as people. And they put every aspect of that into their work, I think. So I think that's kind of something I loved, kind of exploring, is who they were.
No. Stop it. Yesterday. It's one of the greatest songs ever written.
Well, it's not Coldplay. It's not Fix You.
Do you genuinely not know who the Beatles are?
Genuinely.
Then I'm in a really, really, really complicated situation.
I think this is a match made in heaven for me. And what do you think you brought out of each other while working together?
Wow, well, I was very disappointed by the director of my last 3 movies,
Okay.
which was me. And so I think he just, you know, if you've written a movie with 15 Beatles songs for a start, someone's got to really know what to do with all 15. So Danny brought out both the beauty of the Beatles for me, but also the kind of ecstasy and joy and excitement, which, you know, I hoped he would.
It's wonderful to work with someone who has spent his life dedicated to the writing of romance and comedy, really, and the pivot point between them is so beautiful, because you are disarmed by the comedy, and then the romance leaves you flattened. You know, when she says, "How did I get in the wrong column?" You know, you go, "Oh my God!"
I've been there.
I know. You go. I wish I'd said that. Oh my God, I wish I'd said that. When she says, I've been waiting all my life for you to wake up and love me." You go, "Oh my God, I wish I'd said that."
Yeah.
And you can all think of, and
You can, Danny.
and you can
You
now,
can now.
but then everybody could accuse you. "Oh no, you got that from that movie."
Yeah, and it's gonna become a thing now that you say it. And you know, having the Beatles songs, do you think it somehow helped you leading the love story through the film?
Yeah, I mean, the actual Yesterday, the song itself, is one of my favourite moments in the film, because it's both the big plot moment when you find out they don't know about the Beatles, but it's also the big romance moment, because the way she looks at him is undeniably a love that's going to last a lifetime. So it is a great support, you know, and in my life and things like that, you are dealing with some of the great romantic songs ever written.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And that does not include Obladi Oblada.
Hi, we should talk. See, we pay and you write songs, and then you make a ton of money. and then we take most of it.
I'm a horrible singer, just so you know, but I'm pretty sure that if the Killers were forgotten, I would be the best person to spread the word. So what would be that one thing for you that you would be the best at spreading the word?
Oh my god, that's so good. Would you really? I love that.
I think so. I'm a horrible singer though, but I know the lyrics, so I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you on the Killers.
You would
yeah.
be the Beatles now, probably. Like literally all songs of
Yeah.
Beatles.
You are the chosen one.
Yeah.
Oh. I do know all the lyrics of Britney, so.
Oh my god! Yeah, and you're a great singer, so
Or
you
Whitney, but I couldn't sing. I couldn't sing Whitney. But I couldn't. Well, you're saying you couldn't sing the Killers, so
No,
we
I'm
can just
horrible.
write it down and ask and teach someone.
The one, the only, Jack Mallet! We would like you to write something right now.
Something in the way she moves
No one's ever written this many great songs. How do you do it?
attracts me like no other lover.
Sometimes it feels like someone else has written all the songs.
This film is about this guy trying to make the Beatles songs popular again. So I was wondering, if you guys got to make a film that's already done, popular in your own terms, which film would you wish it was forgotten so you could just like put your hands on it?
Oh, Steel. Let's be honest. Steel. Apocalypse Now. If I had Apocalypse Now on my resume, I would die a happy man.
But you'd go mad.
Yes, but all the madness of it and the imperfection of it
Yeah.
and the wondrous reach of it.
White
Really.
Christmas. I go for White Christmas. All that snow and Bing Crosby.
It's gonna be the greatest album of all time.
I've got two men who claim that the songs are theirs. Let's see how this plays out, shall we?
There's something you should know.
Please make some noise for Mr. Jack Mallet!
Let me just give you this advice. Song title. Hey, Dude.
Hey dude, are you sure?
Hey, dude.
It's so much better.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
De Película.